Hey guys, actually also known as the Italy fan. I'm back today with a brand new video, and this video is going to be on Degrassi, the next generation. People seem to really love my Degrassi topics, so I decided I'm going to keep talking about them. And this video today is going to be on why I think seasons 1 through 6 are the better seasons than seasons 7 through 14. As anyone who ever watched this know that I'm not really a big fan of those seasons, so I'm just going to be explaining why I always prefer the earlier seasons over that. So here are my top 5 reasons. Coming in number 5, the seasons are structured better. And I think the reason for this is because we don't have 40 plus 50 fucking episodes. I think those 40 plus episodes really made the seasons very long and just very draining and, on some extent, very boring. Seasons 10, actually, season 10, 11 was okay. I'll take 11 over 10. 12 was a really good season. Seasons 10, 13, and 14 are the most boring seasons out of that entire bunch of the lengthy seasons. I mean, the seasons that have the lengthy episodes I don't want to talk about. So we're not talking about seasons 7, 8, or 9. But season 10, 13, and 14 are very boring seasons because episodes are too long, and I really feel like they're never getting to the point. And I feel like there really is no build up to getting to the drama. It's just boring stuff in between. And I feel like I've always had a really huge problem with that, and that's why I just can't watch every episode from those seasons. Coming in at, and oh, hold on, before I get to number 4. And that's why I think seasons 1 through 6 are better seasons, because they always stay a level ahead on the characters and the storylines. And they never really gave us, it sometimes would be like 2 or 3 boring episodes, but like, I would take 3 boring episodes out of like 40 boring, out of having like a majority. Most of the time it's like 99% boring episodes out of those 40 lengthy episodes. There's like 99% of boring episodes out of that. So coming in number 4, the couples are more iconic. I know this one might be controversial because I know some people really, really like the couples from that generation. The only thing I give those couples in that generation is that the episodes gave the writers more of a chance to show more. That's what I will give those couples. But I feel like the only couples to come out of that season that were actually like really good was June Bianca and Zig and Maya. Every other couple besides them are either mediocre, forgettable, or they're just easily forgotten. There are a lot of couples that dated in those seasons that I don't even remember even dating. I would say besides those two, I really did like Drew and Allie. Oh, sorry, not Drew, Allie. Allie and Dave. Sorry, excuse my French. Allie and Dave. I want to see more from Becky and Adam. um, and I really think that's about it. Compare that to the earlier seasons. You get Sean and Emma. You get Ellie and Craig. You get, even though I don't really ship them, but they're still an iconic couple to the casual fans of Degrassi. JT and Liberty. You get Jay and Manny. Like, there's just so many iconic, Paige and Alex, Paige and Spinner. There's just so many iconic ships in those early seasons that you can remember off the top of your finger. I just feel like the ships are more iconic. I feel like Degrassi actually did a way better job of making us feel emotionally invested, seeing how the storyline is going to head out with these couples. Not saying that they didn't do that with the other ones. Actually, I guess that, in my opinion, I feel like they did a good job by showing us more. But I feel like when it came to the extent of iconic, I feel like they could have done a lot better with all the other couples. In my opinion, like, I really love Jill and Bianca. I think Jill and Bianca were like the best couple to come out of those other seasons when it came to couples. I think they were the best. I think they were the best. So yeah. Ugh, sorry there, I was so distracted by something. But anyway, I'm dragging on this too long, so let's get to my next point. Coming in number 3, better character development. And this one I stand completely on. I feel like every majority character from the earlier season. Not everybody, but I feel like I know who said, but then not everyone had important character development. Not think about it. It's only like when I think of those seasons, I think there's only like three people that come to mind to me where I feel like they didn't even have no character development. Hazel, Toby, and Liberty. I feel like they were the ones, and you could throw JT up there too. Because before he died, he wasn't really doing much of anything. But those characters, I really feel like they didn't really have much as a character. But overall, I feel like Degrassi had way better character development. I feel like they actually took the character development seriously with the characters they had on the cast. In the other seasons, you get like 30 plus characters on the one show, and you can't even get behind these characters. Like, what was Marisol's personality? Katie, Sabs, Holly J, Declan, Imogen. Like, what would these? Why do these characters exist on this show if the writers is not giving us anything to care about? I love Craig. Want to know why I love Craig? It's because Craig was a complex character. He had layers to him. There was everything. There was nothing to hate or dislike about Craig. He was always giving us something in each season. Craig was always layered. Now compare that character to someone like Sav. What does he have layered as a character? What did he give us as a character? I just feel like they had better character development. I feel like they took the character development more seriously, I would say, when it came to the earlier seasons. Coming in number two, emotionally invested. Now, I'm not saying I didn't get emotionally invested in other seasons. I feel like not every storyline was emotionally, like not every episode, not every storyline was emotional, but the storylines that to me that I felt like were like really emotionally investing, that I honestly just felt like I feel so sad from what I am seeing from the earlier seasons. From the other seasons is Darcy's sexual assault storyline was really heavy. Cam's suicide was really heavy. Drew and Bianca breaking up was really heavy for me, and I feel like Claire's miscarriage was heavy. Um, Allie's domestic abuse storyline was heavy. Adam dying was heavy. Like that stuff was heavy, but I feel like oh no, and Zoe's sexual assault was heavy too. I'm not saying it wasn't emotionally investing. I did feel bad for those characters, but I think the reason why might have not cared. I might have not say it was that much invested because I probably wasn't connected to some of the characters. Like they didn't really give Adam much. I love Cam. I'll probably say out of all that, Cam probably had like the most emotional, the the most emotionally the investing storylines because Cam actually had a personality. He actually had a storyline. But everyone else, I feel like they just gave them these emotional storylines because they weren't doing anything. Like Darcy, even though it was good, they didn't. She wasn't doing nothing but all that time she was on the show. So they kind of just gave her emotionally investing storyline. But I feel like in the earlier seasons, I feel like since the characters were fleshed out, when we got those changing moments of it's crazy, it's sad. I feel like I actually felt that. Ellie's self harm storyline was really good and really heavy to watch. Sean and the school shooting, that was heavy to watch. Emma's eating disorder was really heavy to watch. Craig's storyline with his dad and his bipolar stuff, that was really hard to watch. And I just really felt bad for those characters. I remember just like crying sometimes watching what they went through because I just felt so bad for them. I sometimes can't feel like I'm not gonna say I don't feel empathetic to what the other characters are going through. I just wish they were more fleshed out for me to care just a little bit more about it. Like I said, out of all the storylines, I think Cam had the most heaviest because he had the most development out of all the storylines I just talked about. So coming in number one is better character storylines. And I feel this might be another controversial one because I feel like a lot of fans might say no, the other seasons did it better. I feel like they had their moments where it was good um, character driven storylines, but like I said, just at like my other point, I can't really care about the storyline, even though it might be drama filled. I can't really care about the storyline if the characters are not flushed out. What I loved about the other storylines was that the characters were flushed out. Marco's coming out story was flushed out because he was a flushed out character. Jimmy getting shot was a flushed out character, and it gave him more of a chance to be a complex character. Maybe that's another thing I should mention too. Not enough complex characters in the earlier seasons. There's not enough characters that really change or anything. They kind of all just stay the same. And I feel like there's a lot more character botches on that side than there is on this side. I feel like there's a lot more character layers on the early seasons than there is in these seasons. I feel like a lot of what the characters went through, it really changed them emotionally and they came out as a different person. And I feel like that is what I mean by character driven storylines. Paige's sexual assault, Emma's eating disorder, and her Spike having cancer, her relationship with Sean, like, oh, her dropping out of college and having to look for a job because she had super duper anxiety about college. She was failing all of her classes. Like, that's real stuff. Like, that's heavy, that's scary. And like I just said, Ellie self harming, like, and the stuff with Craig, like that was just really heavy stuff. And I feel like the reason I got so emotionally invested in it was because of how fleshed out the characters were. So those are just my opinions on why I feel like the early seasons are better. Please tell me yours in the comment below, and feel free to have your opinion about it. Anyways, nothing but love, and I'm gonna start my next batch of couples that should have been in game starting next week. Or you guys might get a little bit of a sneak peek tomorrow night. That's if I feel like it, because I have work tomorrow, so I don't know if I might feel like it. But anyways, thanks for watching, and nothing but love.